So in the newest Nintendo Direct, we got news on new Nintendo 3DS games and Nintendo Switch games. People were surprised that the 3DS was there because everyone thought it was gonna die, but Nintendo is Nintendo, and they gave us some shocking announcements. And one of those announcements was Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS, a remake of the original game done on the 3DS. People were shocked, I was shocked, people were disappointed that it wasn't on the Switch. And in this video today, I want to explain to you why I think this remake looks good and why we don't really need it on the Switch, even though it would be preferable for me, but I still think it's a good inclusion to the 3DS family. I still think it's going to be a great game and a great remake. So let's get straight into this video. So let's just discuss why it's on Nintendo 3DS, and the very obvious answer is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. They are most definitely using the exact same engine they used for Dark Moon for this remake, and if this was going to be done on the Switch, it would have took them way longer, as they would have had to make probably a whole new engine from the ground up, unless they just took the GameCube version and up-resed it or something, which would be actually a pretty lazy remake, unlike this game, which is having to like make character models and everything again. I assume there's no way they could have just ripped the character models from the GameCube game, I wouldn't think. So that is why it's on Nintendo 3DS, to make development easier for them and for us to get the game quicker than if we would have gotten it on the Switch, unless they did a simple upscale on the Switch, which they could still easily do with the Virtual Console, because a theory on that is that the games are going to be up-resed, because in Japan or Asia or something, on the Nvidia Shield, the games are up-resed. The exclusive Virtual Console type games like Twilight Princess, they are up-resed on the Nvidia Shield. So people are thinking it's going to happen on the Switch too, but who knows, it's just a rumour. Well, I wouldn't even call it a rumour, it's just a guess of mine, I guess. But let's get back on track with what we're actually talking about, Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. So that's why it's on 3DS, because they're using the same engine as Dark Moon to make development easier, faster, we'll get the game sooner. So that's fine by me. And I want to just discuss why it looks good on this. So first, we've got better character models for sure. Luigi looks way better in this game than he does in the original. In the original, he looks good, he just looks a bit weird, like he wasn't fully developed. Right now, he looks like the current Luigi, while in, obviously, the GameCube one, he didn't, which makes sense. So I think he looks better here. I know one complaint people had was when he gets squished by a door, he doesn't flatten. I just thought that was a really, really nitpicky thing to point out. It really barely makes a difference. And in fact, I would say it makes the game look a bit cheap on the GameCube. Even though it is for cartoony effect, so it does make sense and it is kind of cute. But I think it made it look a bit cheap, and I think what they've done on the 3DS version looks absolutely fine. Luigi's character model is way better. So yeah, better character models on this 3DS version than the GameCube. And on this version, we've got the map on the bottom screen. And as we all know, this mansion is quite big, so you're going to need some sort of navigation system. And with the 3DS, obviously you've got two screens, so it's really easy to just look on the bottom screen and see exactly where you are at. Rather than if we were on the Switch, where you probably just have to pause the game, which is a bit of extra effort. It's not too bad, like it would be fine, but it is extra effort. Whereas in the 3DS, you can take one quick glance and bam, that's where we're on the map. Great inclusion, only could be done on the Nintendo 3DS. And because it's on the 3DS, we also get 3D. In Dark Moon, the 3D was actually great. I think I'm one of the few people on the entire planet who still uses the 3D on the 3DS. I really do care about the 3D. The 3D is just so cool. It's the main gimmick of the system. And that to see that Nintendo are kind of dropping that whole thing, especially in the Mario and Luigi remakes, where they get rid of the 3D entirely, it was just really disappointing. So the fact that we're getting it back in this game, and they actually wanted this game to be in 3D when it was coming out on the GameCube. They were messing around with like 3D, stereoscopic 3D ideas, and this was one of the games they were messing around with. So it is kind of cool that we are getting this in 3D. Even though a counter argument to that would be that we already got a 3D Luigi's Mansion being Dark Moon, which is fine, but who doesn't want a 3D in the original game? Because I sure do. I think it's cool. So yeah, that's another pro to the 3DS version. And then one complaint that I want to discuss that people are really bashing in hard is the lighting in this game. So it's not as dark as the original, which is to be expected, and I want to explain why they've gone with this design decision. So I don't think it's technical limitations of the 3DS. I think the 3DS could handle making things darker, but I think it's the fact that it's on a portable. People are going to be playing this at any time of the day. They're going to be playing it like midday. They could be playing it midday outside. They're not only going to be stuck inside playing it in the dark at night. So you need to accommodate for those people who are going to be playing it outside or in daylight. And to accommodate that, they've made the lighting not as dark. It still looks gloomy though. To me, it still looks really gloomy. It looks absolutely fine. I don't see the issue. Even but other people do. Other people are like really nailing this down as like a massive issue, and I just don't think it's that bad. The fact that it's portable, you need to play it anywhere and need to see it anywhere. Imagine you had the game and they did make it really dark. The main complaint would be it's too dark, I can't see. So I think this works just fine. The lighting looks fine. It looks fine. Like, that's all I've got to say. The lighting does not look bad, as other people are saying. At least to me anyways. Let me know what you guys think, if you think the lighting looks bad for this game, in the comment section below. And with that, that's pretty much everything I've got to say on this remake. I'm actually really excited for this because, believe it or not, I've not played the original Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, and this is going to give me the perfect chance to play it for the first time. I played some Dark Moon a while ago, and honestly, I didn't like it. I didn't really say anything about the game before because I thought I was like in the minority of not liking the game. But it seems like a few people don't like the game either. I just didn't like the little mansions, how there were multiple mansions, and it was all like mission based. I just got really bored of it really fast. But I know the original Luigi's Mansion is just one huge mansion, and that gets me really excited. I know it's a really short game apparently, but short and sweet is what they all say. Who cares if it's short? As long as it's fun from beginning to end, I think it's perfectly fine. I'm definitely picking up this game. Pretty excited for it. But with all that said, make sure to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description below. Let me know what you think of this Luigi's Mansion remake. Do you agree with the points the complainers are saying about the lighting and why it shouldn't be on 3DS and it should be on Switch? Or do you agree with me in that it works perfectly fine on 3DS and it might actually be better on 3DS? Who knows? It could be better on the 3DS than it is on the Switch. I guess only time will tell when the game releases this year. We don't even have a release date, which I did find a bit strange. I hope it doesn't come out at like the near end of the year because the game looked kind of done, to be honest. The game looked done when it was in that Nintendo Direct. So yeah, hopefully it comes out very soon. But with all that said, make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube if you want more videos like this. Mainly Nintendo discussions is what I am doing right now. There's a bunch of stuff from the Nintendo Direct that I want to discuss. I haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but hopefully with this video that changes and I finally get to talk about all these games that were in the Nintendo Direct and more. So make sure to subscribe to me for that. But with all that said, thank you all for watching, and I'll definitely make sure to catch you all later.